Good evening and welcome back to the Mindful Model Makers Workshop. You may have been wondering why there hasn't been a video for, I don't know, a couple of weeks now, I think. But the reason is because we've moved. So we've moved from Kent and we're now living in Lincolnshire. So the Mindful Model Makers videos will be coming from Lincolnshire. Now, as you know, we were working on this Microcraft motor cruiser, which is actually propelled by putting methylated spirits into a little tank, having a wick, which I got to some Ronson lighter wicks, which I'm going to utilise for the wick to power this. But what I've done, I've made up most of the boat so that it's quite strong, because I've got to make a hole in it for the wick to go through, and it's best, I think, to do that once you've got the boat. So it's had quite a lot of varnish put in. It does make it go a little bit darker when you varnish it, but then it tends to lighten up. So that's the underside of it. There's the tank. So the actual meths goes in that front bit, then the wick goes through and down, and then underneath the boat, this is the bit that kind of drives it. So that little cutout piece here is where the tank sits on, like so, and then out the back, so the wick will drop down in that V section. And then I think because of that shape, that is what pushes the boat along. So there's the V bit underneath. Okay, so I've cut the pieces out. I haven't glued them together so that I could just show you. And of course I need to fit the wick in next. But really we're not far off of a maiden voyage. There's a little bit more of the superstructure to go on. But you can see the actual drawings there of how the actual tank, fuel, they call it a fuel tank, which I suppose it is the fuel, that's going to propel it along. It'll be very interesting to see this running. But anyway, I keep spraying it with varnish to waterproof it, and obviously in the little tank itself to make sure that the meths doesn't soak through. I mean, obviously there's no flame, thank goodness, otherwise the whole thing will go up, as some people have said that perhaps it might do, but I don't think it will. There's some more of the superstructure to go on. There's a boat that goes on top of this rear cabin. There's a bit that goes, that yellow bit there goes across the front. There's a flag that goes on the back, and a screen which goes across as well. So we've got a few bits left to put on. I've shaped the bit like that to go down, and all you need to do is cut that out and roll it around something round, like I do with the loco boilers and various other bits if you've seen some of my earlier videos. So that's the actual bit that's up inside. That goes on there, and then if we can have a look at it from underneath, like so. So when that glues on top of there, like so, that's, you'll see the angle bit there, where I think because the meths comes down there, it kind of comes out the back, and that's what pushes it along. Well, that's how I think it's going to work. I mean, it might not do anything, you don't know yet. So however many of these were made in the time, I've got no idea. Bearing in mind that this is an original here, I've got no idea how many of these were made. You know, there's the instructions there, proper instructions on this one. So yes, so it'd be interesting to see. Now in the meantime, I've bought another original one as well, which is a yacht, Blue Bottle. So I'll make that at some time. It's just a static model really, but it looks quite nice. So I've just been buying them up because they're there. They're not that expensive. And basically the idea was in them days that you had a workshop all in a cigar box. Well, I don't think you get many cigar boxes these days, but with these new plastic boxes that you can buy with the lids that fix on, they're a lot better. And of course, you haven't got the health risk of smoking the cigar. Anyway, so that's where we are on the boat. So hopefully in the next few days I will have most of it finished, and then I can make another video of the boat sailing, and then we can move on to our next project. Because where I am now, I will be building a garden railway, which will be 45mm track, because I have some locos. I have a live steam loco and I have some battery locos that will run on that track. I'm still trying to work out the exact method, but it'll be a step by step when I do build it, for anybody that's interested in building a garden railway. And it perhaps will be a little bit different than the normal type of thing that people build. So yes, we'll have a go at that. I've also accrued a few other models, which I'll show you just briefly. These are mainly card models. Some of these are a bit on the old side. This is Great Little Engines. This is a 143 card model kit of a Cadbury's loco, and there's another loco in there as well, which is a saddle tank, which I think is that one there, Sir Berkeley, which is that L-class saddle tank. So yeah, there's lots of bits and pieces that I've got card-wise to build. There's a Brighton Terrier, which is that one there. And some of these are very old, yeah, so that's something to look out for at a later stage with some of the card modelling. Line side lorries, some of these are very old. It's just that I have a son that collects this type of thing, and let's have a look. Yeah, this is a Ford light van. So knock the glue over while we're doing that. So you can see from there how it's done. This is a Microcraft Limited. Very old, some of these drawings that I've managed to get. But what I will do is preserve always, and I will photocopy the bits and pieces, and then put that onto card and cut the card and go from there. But yeah, as you can see, these are quite interesting things, and you've got the instructions on there as well as how to do it. So yeah, again, I just like these old card kits. There's one or two old books as well that I've got, road vehicles, making different ones. You can see how old they are by the price, and it shows you different vehicles and what to do to add detail to them, because obviously in them days card was the thing. You know, plastic weren't really about then, and people just used to sit there with bits of card and paper and make the things up. And I've seen some models that some people have made, and they are just exceptional. But anyway, we'll have a go at making a few of these bits. But we're just concentrating on the boat at the moment, and hopefully in the next few days I'll get that finished, and we'll have a go. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's been a long time, but hopefully now we'll be back on track again. Thank you very much. Bye now.